G'day everybody, welcome to Greens and Gains. Come and join me and my mate Lee. I'm a physio, 3-part wizard and golf addict. And Lee is a PGA pro, a rugby league degenerate and an absolute freak on the golf course. Greens and Gains is two blokes having a chat about how to improve your golf game and feel better about yourself. Why don't you come and join the fun?
Well, hello everybody. Good morning. Monday morning, must be a new pod. Hello, Tommy. How are you?
Hello mate, another Monday morning, another Greens and Gains pod. How was your week, my friend?
Can you believe it? Now, Tom, number
Yeah.
10, that's a moose. That's what we call a moose if you're playing golf. Anybody doesn't know what a moose is
What
when
the
you're
hell
playing
is a
golf?
moose?
Well, if you can see the thing, you put your fingers above your head.
Oh.
That's 10. So when you have a 10 on a hole, just tell your playing partner you've had a moose.
It's like the ugly cousin of a snowman.
Well, it's a moose.
Yeah,
Tommy.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like
it's
that
a
lot.
moose. Yeah, that's good.
Having
So
a good
how
week,
was your
mate?
week, Tommy? What was that, mate?
Are you having a good week?
I'm having a great week, mate. Having a great week. It's a Friday afternoon, now it's evening, and we're
Yeah.
doing the pod.
Yeah.
And I slipped off early from work,
Yeah.
raced home,
Yeah.
went down to the Palms Golf Studio, grabbed my clubs, threw my son's clubs in the boot in the back of the car,
Yeah.
straight to his school.
How
met him
cool
out
is
the
this?
front.
Yeah.
He's walked out. What's doing, Dad? All cool, 14-year-old teenager.
Yeah.
I said, mate, we are going to golf. So off we
No.
trotted to Barrel Golf Club today.
How good is that?
Mate, I got to say, I reckon I've played 3 games of golf with Noah in my life, which I know some people out there who get to play with their kids all the time. You're very, very lucky. But to play golf with Noah on a Friday afternoon at Barrel with a couple of mates, Pinky and James and Daniel Weeks, couple of carts, and we played 9 holes. That was fantastic to him. We had the best 9 holes. Highly recommend it.
That's so cool.
Best afternoon a dad could ever want, to be honest. It was great.
I love that. Now, he is a hunt, right? So,
Yes.
third round, did he break par?
No, he hit the first tee shot of the day. He ripped it, took driver,
I love that.
ripped it straight into the greenkeeper's shed off the first at Barrel. So if anybody's ever played there, it's
We've
a
all
long
been
way
there.
down, but it's a little bit too far to the left.
We've all been there.
But he came good. Came good. Yeah, he's got plenty of clubhead speed. He's got more clubhead speed than his old man. So
Yep. Love that.
yeah, well, it's not great, is it? It's either not good for me or good for him. So yeah, mate. Yeah, so it was a good day. How was your week?
Yeah, good, mate. No major complaints from me. I played a lot, played too much golf, had heaps of fun. And we'll talk a little bit more about my golf later.
Okay.
All
we
right.
can talk about golf later.
Before we go any further, a word
Yes.
from our sponsors, OnCourse.
Oh,
OnCourse Golf are Australia's leading network of pro shops offering an extensive range of golf equipment, including clubs, balls, apparel, and accessories from all the major brands. Plus, you can search for lessons and clinics from qualified PGA pros and club fitting events in your local area. With 80 sellers nationwide, the OnCourse site offers a wide selection to meet all of your golfing needs. OnCourse are a little bit different to your normal online golf retailers. When buying from OnCourse, you are not purchasing from a globo giant. You are buying from the pros in the pro shops.
that's right, Tommy. You're actually buying directly from the team who know the game better than anybody. PGA professionals and their local club pro shops. You can conveniently shop online with options for home delivery and click and collect. Head over to the OnCourse website on www.oncoursegolf.com.au. Big
We
thanks to
love it.
OnCourse once again for getting behind us.
Thanks for coming along, guys. We appreciate the help.
Yeah, fantastic.
Okay, now, first things first. The first
Yes.
question I have for you today, my friend.
Tommy, go.
We had a question that was sent in by a listener, and they wanted to know, what are your favourite irons, the best sticks you've ever played, and why? What do you got for me, mate?
Oh, well, I've been playing golf for a long time, Tommy. And when this question came through, I knew straight away what my favourite set of irons are of all time. I got a set of Hogan Apex blades when I was a trainee golfer at Oxley Golf Club in Brisbane. And they are the favourite set of irons I've ever had. And I love them that much. I still got them.
No.
20 odd years later, Tommy.
No.
Couldn't get rid of him. So I ran into the garage just before we
Yeah.
started this off.
Yeah.
And for those people who watch on YouTube, I've got
Yeah.
him here with me, Tommy.
Stop
I've brought him into the
Stop
room.
it.
Yes.
What age were you when you had these?
21.
Okay, an apprenticeship. So I'm assuming we were hitting it okay when we did that.
Well, yeah, I was okay, but I had to practice hard. So I've got my Apex blades here. I've got a little 7-iron there, which is a great bit of lead tape on it. So I completely forgot to put the lead tape on it. But more importantly, Tommy, look at that little wear mark in the face of my 7-iron. So I'm not sure if clubs wear like that anymore, but I've still got them, which is great. So that's my
I love
7-iron.
Bit of lead tape though. That's you've been
Yeah.
tinkering. You
So I'll get
have
one-
a history of tinkering.
Here's the 8-iron. There you go.
Yeah.
There's the 8-iron, and there's the forge. We'll put some photos up of these. But beautiful Apex forged. I just love these things. And to prove that I used to be able to use long irons, Tommy.
Just quickly before you show me the 1-iron, questions just come to mind. How long did it take you to sand those wear marks in with the sandpaper, bud?
Yeah, there has been known to be guys do that in the past, but I earned those wear marks on the practice range at Oxley Golf Club.
How cool is
So,
that? The
it
answers
must
are
have
in the
been-
dirt, hey?
Yes, yeah. The answer is in the dirt, and there's a 1-iron. There you go, people.
That's
For
nice.
those who have just come to the game, 1-iron, or what we call the old butter knife. All right. So there's a few guys who listen to this podcast who remember me using the Apex blades. Boys, I've still got them. So to those guys out there, we should have a rematch for these one day. Tommy, I reckon we should test these against what's
Current
going on
gamers?
right now and just see if they're actually any better. Yeah, they're pretty bloody good. So yes, that was a great question.
do you,
Favorite irons.
Just
of all
quickly, how do you reckon they would compete with your current set?
That is a good question. I think they just look so good when you look down. It's so thin at the top.
Yeah.
I think they'll be all right in the lower irons, but I
Yep.
think as you get to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, they'll get difficult. But I'm actually going to take the 1-iron to work tomorrow at Bankstown. I'm going to go hit a few
I love that.
with the 1-iron. I'm going to peel a few out, and I'll report back. But
Record a few clips. I'll
think,
get it in the pod for Monday.
yeah, I'm certainly no savvy. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to doing that. Yeah, so that's my favourite irons of all time, Tommy.
Uh-huh.
Great question. That's
I
a great
am-
question.
I am not educated enough, nor have I owned enough golf clubs to appropriately answer that question. So I'm going to give it a hard pass for right now. I will come back to you with more options as I
I'd love to hear what people think are the greatest irons of all time they've had. So, and more importantly, have you kept them like I have?
What's the best iron you've ever hit? We want to know.
Yeah, we want to know.
And are
Yeah.
they in the garage?
Yes, in the
Yeah.
garage. And is your wife cranky because they're in the road half
Because
the
there's
time?
18 sets.
Or
in
your
the
significant
garage.
other?
Yeah.
Yeah, with all my putters,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
which
I
none of
only
them ever work properly.
Yeah. Well, you know, you and Scotty, hey?
If Scotty can't putt, I want to know who does. So,
Yeah.
there you go.
Fair.
All right.
Okay. Now the next thing I saw this week that this ties into the what did Tommy see online segment. I have a question for you, my friend. I saw online somebody saying that perhaps golf courses should have a warm-up hole. And as somebody who enjoys warming up, sometimes arrives a little late, I don't know if golf courses have the space to have a spare hole in play as a warm-up hole. I don't know how that'd work with comp and whatever, but it's not feasible, right? But I would love this idea. Can we have a warm-up hole? Can you talk to the committee? What's going on?
What about if we, like, say, a 19-hole golf course? What about if you had a 19-hole golf course and you just got rid of those one hole that day that you didn't play well? So it doesn't have to be the first.
I've made a 14. Yeah, I'm going to take that one out. Oh, I've shot 80. How good's
Well,
this?
I do know, and we'll talk about your monthly medal last Saturday, Tommy.
Oh, yeah, fuck.
We will talk about it.
Partnerships.
But there was a member of the golf club who will remain unnamed, who obviously turned up late
Yeah.
teed off the first, which is our index one,
Yeah.
and proceeded to have 25 shots
That is
on
absolutely
the first hole of the day.
unbelievable.
And before you crash your car laughing, what I can say is that gentleman finished off the round, came in for a drink at halfway, was pleasant, didn't know that we knew he had 25 and just got on with it. So if I had 25 on the first hole of the day, I would have jumped into the canal on the next and probably not come up.
Yeah, I'd be face down on the second hole.
Yeah.
Far
So
out.
the word is that he got stuck in the bunker and he wasn't taking, I'm chipping out sideways.
That's
I'm
an
going to do.
option.
Yeah. He lived in the bunker for a while.
It's okay. Great friend of the podcast. I probably shouldn't name him. That's not fair. I
It's
know
not
somebody
great, though, is it?
who had a 14 in their medal round on the weekend. I personally
Ooh.
had 2 triples and a quad. We'll get to that later. But
Ooh.
medal day is a tough day. For
And you
some
were
of us.
starting to play well, Tommy.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll
So
get there.
anyway, I like the idea of a warm-up hole, or ditching. Imagine that bloke who had 25, right, or 24. Imagine you have a 19th hole and you ditch your worst one, and he has like a 19-shot swing by
Oh,
taking a double bogey
not
instead
a
of
double bogey.
25.
19 shot swing. Yeah. Yeah. Well, golf takes too long already, doesn't it? So people say.
That's
But
interesting. Interesting you asked
yeah,
that.
I just said it'd be great to have a spare hole. I'd love to have a little driving range at Bankstown so we could warm up. We use the nets, obviously, but I envy those golf pros out there in the world that have a practice range to warm up, give lessons, do club fittings. I envy
Imagine
those.
seeing more than 3 feet of ball flight before you tee off.
That would be sensational.
That'd be
Could you
awesome.
get Yep.
Okay, my next question for you, my friend. My favorite segment of the week.
Mm.
Like it, don't like it. Now, one of the questions I have for you is fast golf or slow golf? Do we like golfers who try and play around quickly? Now, this comes from a place of severe and significant personal angst. I have found, whilst looking at my recent scorecards, that if I can get around in under 4 hours, I play about 8 shots better, right? It is considerable. When I play 3 hours, let's call it 5 or 8, I don't know, somewhere in that range. Less than 10 rounds I've had in the 70s where I've really played well. They've been 3 hours 30 or just over, right? Playing golf quickly. Some people say you shouldn't rush. I don't think it should take longer than 4 hours and 10 minutes ever. What do you think?
Well, I'm sure it's a little bit different at different courses. I tell you what I don't like
Yeah.
is when people go, well, you're not keeping up with the group in front.
Yeah.
That is such a throwaway comment. Because, and the reason I say that is, say you're in a group of 4 and you're following 2 people in front of you in a golf cart and they've got no one in front of them. How's a group of 4 going to keep up with a group of 2 in a cart?
Mm-hmm.
So that you're not keeping up with the group in front. Rubbish. Just stop it. That could be in another segment.
Uh-huh.
I think what's important is, I think like Bankstown is 4 hours and 20 minutes. You're allowed 4 hours and 20 minutes to play 18 holes.
That makes me sick. That's too
I
long.
think that's fair, especially when there's a 2 tee start and you tee off for 2 hours on one side and 2 hours on the other side. You're allowed to have a pit stop and a quick drink at halfway. So 4 hours 20 is okay, I think. So the only way you'll be doing this 3 hours 30 minute stuff, Tommy, is obviously when it's a 1-2 start or something like that. Is that right?
Yeah, Tuesday morning, first 6 groups. It's just you cruise around.
You
There's nobody
fly.
in front of you,
Yeah.
nobody behind you. It's
Yeah.
great.
I hate slow play. I really do hate slow play, but I think people probably just need to take a deep breath and just let's not complain about slow play all day. Yeah, it's a problem, but 4 hours and 20 minutes is a pretty good round of golf. Why are you in a hurry to walk off a golf course? Like
That's fair.
you're out there with 3 friends, having a game,
Having a laugh.
playing golf,
Yeah.
enjoying yourself. You could be in the pro shop behind the counter listening to people whinge about having a bad day out on the golf course. I know where I'd rather be.
Fair.
Yeah, a bad day on the golf course is still way better than a good day in the pro shop, let me tell you.
I
So
love that you didn't say at work. You said in the pro shop.
I said in the pro shop. And I think everybody listening would probably, if we take a deep breath,
I've never
4 hours
come
and 20
into the-
minutes at Bankstown. I know some clubs get around quicker. It all depends on the size of the golf course. Most committees, most clubs have got a slow play, standard. So
Policy.
4 hours and 20 at Bankstown,
Yeah.
but be interesting to what it is at other clubs. But yeah, 4 hours 20, 2 tee start. 1 tee start, it's a lot quicker, obviously early, then it slows up.
Yep.
Yeah. So I hate slow play, Tommy, but what's slow play? What is slow play? That's what I ask
think
you.
I've worked out that 3 hours and 50 minutes is my brain just starts to throttle after that, and I can't pay attention for that long. Like it just taps out.
Yeah.
So if for our 9-hole match, if you draw that thing out, the benchmark cup out to about 3.5 hours, you might get me by 20 shots.
That's true.
Might make it 25.
That's so true.
Oh.
Yeah. The benchmark cup is going to be played quickly.
Yeah, hopefully for my sake.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to be. There's going to be some gimmies in this. It's match play.
No, there's no match play. There's no match play. Remember, there's no gimmies.
Oh, of course, there's no gimmies. Sorry, I've forgotten the rules already.
Everything. I've seen you putt. I'll see everything. Okay, my friend.
Yes.
We have gear coming. Well, we have gear that has arrived.
Yes.
Last week
early.
we came to you and we said we have seen some of the new Strixons.
Yeah.
You have felt the new Strixons. You and I are filming with the new Strixons and hitting them next week.
Yes.
What can you tell me since you've had them in your hands?
Okay. Well, they're out on social media through the States, but not in Australia. But
Yeah.
the the 7 Series Iron, which is good. They're very soft. They're forged. They do a great job. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say the name, so just excuse me. I nearly said the name, so I'm not trying to say the name. They're very, very nice. They look great on the ground. If you're a Strixon user, it's still got all the normal Strixon traits. I will say that the thinner iron looks very similar from the back to the new TaylorMade P7 CB. Very similar. Yes. It's just a bit glossier. So if you haven't seen that online already, but they look a bit like the old rack iron.
Yep.
So
Got it.
Strixon might have stolen TaylorMade's homework or vice versa.
Yep. We won't comment on who was first or anything like that. We'll stay neutral.
I will say the driver story or the metal story.
Yeah.
Very, very, very good.
Yeah.
3 drivers, a low spin model, a standard model, and a what they call a max. And the max is for those people who struggle with a little fade.
Yep. So that's the draw bias.
The draw, they don't like putting high draw or draw bias on it because people don't need to be reminded they slice the ball. So they call it a max.
Hey, buddy, you suck. Buy this driver.
You suck. Have this driver that tells everybody you suck.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
And I know that the driver goes very well. I had a young 14-year-old boy today use one of them, and he hammered it. He liked it. So, yeah, they're pretty cool. Testing's been pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to doing the video with you this week, Tommy.
More coming. Keep your eyes peeled. That'll be on YouTube.
Yeah, it's going to be a big year. It's going to be a big year for this brand. They are really, really, really good and a good price point.
Totally. And shout out to our friend Matty from Peakhurst for hooking us up.
Matty,
we appreciate it, buddy.
He's a wonderful man, Matty from Peakhurst.
He's good. He's real good. Except for when he brought me coloured balls.
Well, he dropped in some coloured XVs today. They're tour ball.
Ooh. Maybe I don't hate him. Maybe I don't hate the balls
I'm going to give them away to people who actually appreciate coloured golf balls, Tommy, so you don't get them. Rude.
Okay, my friend, on to our next favourite thing to do. We are going to help a golfer this week drive, steer, manage their way around the course.
Okay, I'm looking forward to the yes, I got the image here, Tommy.
Yeah, so we are going with Cameron to Campbelltown Golf Club.
Okay, Cameron
plays off scratch there or thereabouts. He needs help with the 13th hole. Okay, it's a par 5. Now, as you know, as somebody who plays off scratch or thereabouts, par 5s are apparently couldn't tell you anything about this. Scoring holes.
Well, they
Yeah.
are, Tommy. They
What
are
are
scoring
those?
holes.
Never heard of a scoring hole. I'm just out here trying not to make doubles.
Par 5.
441 meters from the Blues. It
Mhm.
is index 18. So I suppose one of the interesting wrinkles for Cam here is that should he improve a very small amount and become a +1 marker, this hole now becomes a birdie for 2 points in a stable foot format. So he needs to make
Yes.
4 of 2, and making par would actually be a 1-pointer.
Yep.
Most of us recreational golfers have never really gotten to the point where we've had to think about how many birdies we need to make in a round to shoot 36 points because it's normally 0.
Mhm.
I have a couple of questions for you, and Cam has a couple of questions for you. Where he hits driver, which is like that 275 sort of plus number, is the narrowest part of the fairway, I imagine by design, right?
Yep.
Should he land it there or hit a good drive and get it through there, he's got like 175, 180 or less coming into a par 5. And he's got a little water carry at the front, but like the approach shot is not the hard part. His problem, I suppose, is when he hits driver, if he hits a bad drive, it goes from a potential birdie hole or a scoring opportunity to a frantic scramble to try and make par. Maybe not frantic, but he starts to scramble. He has to scramble to save par.
Mhm.
I can't help you here because I'm nowhere near scratch or better. How would you play this hole, and how do you think Cameron should play this hole?
Okay, so Cameron's a scratch marker.
Yeah.
So Cameron can play the game a lot better than most people.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he should definitely take driver
Okay, why?
because if he misses the fairway, he still has the option of laying up short, 100 in, less than 100 in,
Yeah.
and if he's off scratch, his pitching and short game should be pretty tidy.
Got it.
And he still gives himself an opportunity to make a birdie. So what, so if it's a judgment call, but you can hit driver, and if he pipes it and gets it straight down the middle and everything's sweet, well, he's in the go zone, and what he's actually bringing into play then is eagle, not birdie. So birdie is fine, but he could make eagle because he's going to be like 175 out.
Can I confess something to you right now?
Yeah.
I've never made an eagle.
Tommy's never made an eagle.
Never made an eagle on playoff night. I've been playing for a while. Never had one.
Really?
Yeah. We have a 400-meter par 5 at Bankstown. I've never made eagle.
Oh my God. Yeah. So listen, he should definitely take driver. He's a good young player, this fellow, and he should try to rip it down the middle, guns away. And if he doesn't get a good lie, if he doesn't hits it in the left rough or right rough, he can still hit it down to his favorite distance in.
Yeah, okay.
And he would keep his stats, and hopefully he's using his Arcos or, draw more circles or whatever he's using, and he'll know what his good yardage is. Lay up to your favorite yardage, whether that be 120, 100, 80, 70, 50, and then pitch it in, hit it close, make your putt for birdie. If you hit the fairway, well, we're at eagle time, aren't we? We can hit a good shot in and make eagle. So scratch marker, got to go for it. Let's not lay up on a par 5.
Okay, so layup Lee is here's my question.
Yes.
For the sake of those who love layup Lee, at what point does it stop being maybe you lay up here because your short game and pitching and chipping isn't going to save you?
Yes.
What's that number as a handicap? Where it's like, nah, you hit the big stick good enough. You need to rip it, and you need to back yourself to get up and down if you bugger it.
Oh well, I think, I don't know, Tommy. I think if you're a scratch marker, crack it down the middle. You've really got to decide on the whole what the index is, what you're actually going to do.
Yeah.
So
I suppose index 18, it's pretty safe.
Index 18, it doesn't get any that they don't get any easier, mate.
Yeah, got it.
You got to take advantage of it.
Yep.
If you're a plus marker like me, I don't have a choice.
Fair.
Yeah. So that's okay. You just got to have a go.
So crack on, Cam.
Yep. It's
Because
good crack
your
on,
verdict
mate.
is rip the big stick,
Mhm.
back yourself to maneuver your way back into the fairway to a number you like, make your par, or maybe get up and down
Yeah, correct.
for a bad out of position birdie if you have to.
That's right. That's right,
Yep.
Tommy. He's got to have a go. He's a good player.
Yep. And I suppose you're not going to make birdie from 80 metres out if you lay up that many times.
No, if you lay up and you're a scratch marker, lay up to your target zone. You're going to be okay. You're going to make 5 at worst. It's a 2-pointer.
Yeah. Okay.
But a scratch marker is going to, hopefully his short game is good enough that he can get up and down birdie and move on.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Now we haven't heard. I don't believe I saw Pete Howes out on the golf course.
Pete Howes had a lesson with me this morning.
How did he go? Did you ask him how he went playing the 5th hole at Bankstown? Or the now?
No, today he had an early lesson, 8 o'clock this morning. Pete,
Yep.
Thanks for making me get out of bed. And for those people, I live 90 k's from Bankstown, so please don't judge me.
That is an early start.
It's an early start. No, Pete, we had a short game lesson this morning, and he went really quite well. So I have not looked at his scores today, I must confess, but I will see Pete and I will talk to Pete and we'll find out how we went with that laying up.
We'll check in on him.
Yeah.
See what he did.
Yeah.
Well, I think the consensus was he was going to hit driver. When I spoke to him, it
Pete's-
was like, I'm going to give it a bash.
Pete's a good player. He just doesn't believe in himself yet. So hopefully, Pete, if you're listening, get out there and have a crack.
We believe in you, Pete. You got to believe in you.
We do, mate. We
I'm
do.
just quickly scrolling through scores from today. I'll see if I can. Here we go. You didn't have a great
what-
day.
what do
14,
you have on
he
that?
made a 5. That's fine. That's good. 5
Yeah,
and 2. Well done,
okay.
Pete.
There you go.
Crack on.
He didn't
my
have a
friend.
great day. I hope he chipped well.
Well, day of a lesson. That's tough, right? That's tough. You never know.
Well, I'm trying not to hurt people.
Now, our other friend from a recent course management strategy session, Dill, he has agreed he definitely needs to aim left. He is the par 4 at Southern. So he is going to be out there this weekend. He's going to be aiming a bit more left, letting that ball work left to right off the tee with driver, if he hits driver. So we'll have a bit more to report back on there. Okay?
I love it. I love it.
Now, next things, my friend. We need to talk about what we're working on.
Yes.
As I said, I played a lot of golf this week. I foolishly on the podcast a week or two ago was saying, yeah, I can putt, I'm doing that well. Guess how many putts I had on Thursday?
Oh, no.
Guess.
It's got to be 36 plus if you're saying this.
It was so bad, mate. It was so bad.
This is what happens when you have a go
Yeah.
at court greens.
Well,
It's the golfing gods, mate.
they were caught and sanded, right? So like I complained about them, and then
Okay,
we
that's
went
my
back out
theory.
there, and they'd been re-sanded.
Well,
Okay.
double sanded.
And then halfway through, the bloke comes around and he's doing the sweeper thing, knocking all the sand into the little holes. So halfway through, the greens get quick, right? Like I think after the 10th hole, they're quick now. So I'm fumbling around in the dark. I had 40 putts,
That's disgraceful.
and I had several 1 putts.
Time to retire that putter.
Well,
Time to retire the putter, mate.
as you know, I've recently had a grip change because
Ugh.
you don't mess around with stuff, do you, in golf? I had a
Why
grip
did you
I
do
liked.
that?
I had a weight in the handle, and I took the weight out to try and put the Arcos sensor in. I've had to change the grip. I'm not sold on the new grip. There's no weight in the handle. 40 putts.
There you go. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it, people.
So my week this week is going to be standing around hitting 30 to 50 foot lag putts because
Lag
I
putts.
need it. I need the practice.
Lag? Did you say lag putts?
Now, Lee, my friend,
Why would you?
what are you
why would
working
you?
on this week?
Why would you? Well, hang on. Lag putts. Why would you purposely try to miss a putt to get it close?
Yeah, fair. Not lag putts. I'm just going to practice putting out a hole from the
People who
next suburb.
say nice lag have watched too much Foxtel.
That's fair.
Oh, nice lag putt, mate. What? I've never known a golf pro that's not tried to hole a putt. They don't try to lag it. They try to hole it. If it goes close, well, you can use that
suppose-
language.
If you try and hole it with good speed and you miss, it just becomes a great lag putt.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Yes.
So speed.
Yep.
Aim at
Speed.
the hole. Try and hold the putt.
Bloody hole it. Yeah.
That's probably what I probably need to think a bit more aggressively.
Correct.
I have a bad habit of leaving long pucks short at the moment. So
Yeah, okay.
okay, that's good advice.
There you go.
Okay. What are you working on this week, mate?
Okay, new clubs, obviously.
Yeah. Oh,
new clubs, Tommy. The controversial Arcos in the grip, making the club feel lighter.
Yeah, the swing weight.
I haven't had time to make them heavier, but I've been hitting balls with them.
Okay.
I love the feel of my new clubs.
Yeah.
They definitely interact differently through the turf.
Yeah.
But I'm still not happy with them because they're not the weight I want.
Right.
So
we need to tweak the swing weight.
this week is the week they get done.
Okay.
I've got a bit of time this week. So
Love that.
yes. So this week, I'm not blaming the equipment. Certainly not. I'm just saying that I like a certain weight.
Yeah.
So,
love that. Now, Are you getting different carry numbers with your new sticks?
yeah, a little bit. But I haven't played enough. I'm not like you, Tommy. I don't get to play golf all the time.
Yeah, that's fair. Not everybody can. It takes a
That's
special
why I don't
breed of
think I
human.
should have to give you any shots when we play the.
You shut up. I need all the shots I can get. Are the new ones slightly longer or shorter? And if you don't know, how are you going to work it out?
Well, I don't know, but my son has stolen my old clubs. So
Got it.
once I get the weight done, I'll hit some balls. I'll get my numbers back with TrackMan, and I'll report back.
Now, I changed my bag over, I don't know, maybe a year ago, something like that. I changed my clubs. And I just because I play a bit, I just played and I was flying greens for a few weeks until I worked out like where my numbers were at. I didn't really go and map my bag. When you change your bag over like that, as somebody who does this or has done this for a living, what sort of process do you go through when you get new clubs to get used to them?
Well, the new clubs should be if you're getting new clubs, most of the time you're only getting them because you're hitting them closer or further.
Okay.
And hopefully both.
Got it. So we're expecting longer.
So most people expect longer, even though some people are getting older and they still think they should hit it further.
Conversation for another time.
Yeah, another time. But I think you should want to hit them closer. But what I would suggest is get down to a facility like the Palms and hit some balls on TrackMan and get some numbers and go through your set up and down, do a combine test, find out how far you're actually hitting it and really dial them in. So don't guess what can be measured.
Yeah, okay.
Do not guess what can be measured.
Good point.
Yeah.
So map the bag.
Map the bag. It's not hard. It's not hard to do. You just got to find a facility that lets you do it. Get a proper launch monitor with proper golf balls that's accurate and hit some balls.
And go
find
around it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the only way to do it.
Now, speaking of new kit, I have an inkling. We've kind of talked about what we're going to talk about today. I want you to tell me, Lee, what is bothering you this week?
Okay. What is bothering me this week?
Lay it on.
Now, this is a tough one, Tommy, because believe it or not everything bothers me every week.
I know you. I think we're getting to know each other better. There is something every week. I promise you.
There's always something that bothers me. But you know what bothers me?
Yeah.
Is that people think they can rush out and buy a new putter, new driver, new wedge because it's a new thing on the block and it's going to fix their game.
Yeah.
Now, yes, you got to get fitted.
Fair.
Okay, so if you're going from a club that's fitted to a club that's fitted, hopefully there's some improvement, but it's not going to fix the world. If you're a 22 marker, and you're probably better off getting a couple of lessons, and that's not having to go at 22 markers, but just because you've had a bad day at golf, you get online and buy yourself a new driver, that's not going to fix it. It might help a little bit, as in, you get a little bump, little shot in the arm and you hit it good and it's the greatest thing ever. But eventually the technique takes over again. So that's as much as I can come up with, Tommy.
That's what you got for me this week. So what I'm hearing is sometimes it's the pilot, not the plane.
Yes.
Okay.
Great. You know what?
That's not bad, is it?
It's the pilot, not the plane.
And sometimes maybe investing in your own training and learning how to use your equipment.
It's still
better
an
might help.
investment. That's right.
Yeah.
People will run out and pay $1,000 for a driver, but then have a 4-cent putter that they've had their whole life.
Yeah.
Or, like they'll spend $4,000 on a set of clubs, but they'll never get a golf lesson.
Yeah. Yeah. Or they'll play, brand new wedges and waterlogged balls.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Just because you've got enough money to buy a Ferrari doesn't mean that you're Charles Leclerc.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah?
So maybe
Or Carlos Sainz.
should you have the overwhelming urge to spend on your golf game this week? Maybe zoom out, ask your club pro, hey pro, where should I spend my money? You know,
Have a
how I play.
conversation. Have a conversation
Can you
with the
help me?
golf pro.
I want to get better.
Just go and have a conversation with the golf pro. Hey, pro, I'm thinking about getting a new set of irons. Do you mind if you come and watch me hit a few balls first? You never know what might come from that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, golf pros just want to help. They just want to help. Well, I haven't met a golf pro that hasn't wanted to try to help.
Yeah,
So-
that's fair. That's fair. I have
Yeah.
several golf pros who listen to this podcast in my DMs worried about the shanks at the moment. So to the boys, thank you so much for showing up for me.
Sorry,
Thanks for
they're
checking
not
in.
shanks.
Sorry,
They're not shanks.
sorry, I'm supposed to have a trigger warning. Sorry.
They're push fades.
Yeah, I've been hitting push fades with the hosel. And there are several golf pros in my DMs just checking in if I'm okay. I'm okay. Thank you, boys, for showing up for me. I appreciate that.
Talking about the favourite set of irons of all time, I want you to Google Cleveland Vass irons. Cleveland Golf Vass irons.
VASS?
Yes. I don't think they had a hosel
I need them.
as such. So maybe that's the club for you, Tommy.
Oh, what the hell? I can't find
Yeah.
a photo of the face.
Yeah.
It's like the shaft just attaches to the club head.
Yes. There's no sort of hosel. Yeah. I think Corey Pavin beat Norman in a US Open using them at Shinnecock Hills.
There's a
Where
set.
he-
There's a
most
set
of
for like $72.
Last. There's a set for $72.
Maybe I'll get them and see if
They're
I can get a shank with them.
The guy's ripping you off.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that
there you
so
go.
much.
Unbelievable.
Okay, now we have an exciting announcement, my friend, don't we?
Yes.
We have a
We love
date
exotics. Yes, we've got a date. The Benchmark Cup.
for Lee's for the Benchmark Cup.
It's going to be great. We've had so many people offer to caddy.
I have to now choose. I've had a couple of people offer. I've got to tell someone that
4 or 5, yeah.
Thanks so much for the offer to caddy, but I don't need you. The date. my
The
friend.
date, Tommy. Let's get the date out there
Sunday,
for him. Sunday.
29 September.
Wow.
We'll
There you
be
go.
there.
I'll be there for at least 5 holes.
You're a dog. Now, if you're around, you want to come down, that's great. We'd love to see you. I'll buy you a coffee if you come down. We are going to lock in some caddies. We're going to have a day. We're going to film it all and get it up on YouTube for you guys. So that'll be coming shortly.
Benchmark Cup.
Lee and I are spending some time together this week working on a couple of things. He's going to get his irons dialed. That 2 or 3 weeks gives us a little bit of time to kind of lock some things in. I have a lot of prep to do. I got to order my Cleveland Vass irons in time so that I stop shanking.
I might
the
use
ball.
my older Hogan Apex.
And I got to get my old putter grip out of the bin and put it back on.
Yeah, it's time for a new putter. Don't worry about a lesson.
We got some work to do, my friend. We got some work to do. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for coming along this week. We will be back next week with more. There'll be some new irons and some new kit up on the YouTube. And we'll see you all soon.
See you soon. See you out in the course. See you, Tommy.